Since its founding by Tarek Fetouh in 2005, Meeting Points has been a networked space for exploring momentous historical forces and the emancipatory logics that are currently reshaping debates on civic identities, political subjectivities, cultural strategies, and artistic practices in contemporary Arab societies, and localities adjacent to them, for example, in Europe. At a basic level, it is a project shaped to organize a series of forums in the spirit of the Agora as a marketplace of ideas, actions, interactions, aesthetic proposals, performances, and public responses that endeavor to create locations of reasoned dissent and reflection.
The Israelis call it the Gader HaHafrada, which in Hebrew means separation fence. The Palestinians don't call it that. Not at all. They call it Jida al-Fasl al-Ransuri, which in Arabic means racial segregation wall. But separation would not be a purely military tactic. No. We have to decide on separation as a philosophy. There it is. Not just a wall. A wall would be a fact, but this wall is a philosophy. What one observer has called a political code for shutting up shop. It's like sticking someone in a cage, and then when he starts screaming, as any normal person would, using his violent temper as justification for putting him in the cage in the first place. The wall is a perfect crime because it creates a violence it was ostensibly built to prevent.
The principal objective of the project is to explore diverse strategies of cultural production and to engage or to work beyond the dichotomies that are often features of antagonism centered on secular and religious difference. By initiating a series of discursive and perceptual systems in which fresh hypotheses of the civic can be articulated, presented, and debated, Locus Agonistes aims to participate in the dynamic, lively, and complex debates of contemporary critical cultures in Arab societies.
There's a choice I need to make, and if I can make this choice, actually, I'm going to be a much happier person. The thing is that I actually know myself quite well by now, that I like thinking things out loud, so I like talking to people, and I knew that we were going to be here together, so I'm going to take advantage of the situation, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, and you're going to help me get to this decision. I think that's the best way to do it. You know, I formed an image of Palestine in my head, really this image, sometimes I wonder, I mean, this image is always full of people, full of life, full of color. There was always the landscape, and you'd have the cities, and the old cities, and the beautiful architecture, and there was always people, and dancing, and maybe it was olive picking season, and somewhere in the distance you'd always see the Mediterranean Sea. And in this picture there's always the image of the Palestinian woman, and there's no woman like the Palestinian woman. She's got big black eyes, long silky black hair, and she had her feet firmly in the ground. It was like she was part of the ground.
For this current edition of Meeting Points, it is at the center of a unique political and social event, the Arab Spring. Here, Badiou's notion of politics as truth procedure and the collective as the summoning of all becomes powerfully sharpened. Meeting Point 6, in similar fashion, envisions the idea of the civic as a summoning of all, a way to enter into the contingent discursive arrangements that are currently reshaping Arab societies.